What's going on YouTube? This is Kevin here with the video review for the GoGoTuners TT-1 clip-on tuner. Before I start, I'd like to thank Tony out there at GoGoTuners for sending this out to me for review, so go ahead and check out their website, guys. I will be putting it down below in the description. So the GoGoTuners TT-1 clip-on tuner is pretty much what it sounds like. It's a tuner that you can clip onto your instrument and then it can help it tune. Now of course this doesn't go with every single instrument in the world, but it does do some of the more common ones, and I'll get to that a little bit later. Before I actually get on to the features, I like to take a tour around my products every time just so you guys can see what it looks like. Here you have the actual clip that you clip it onto your instrument. As you can see, is pretty wide, so it can accommodate for maybe a headstock, maybe a flute, or something like that. Something that's a little wider in dimensions, it can compensate for that, no problem. Here you have these two, I guess they're like axles or pivot points, where you can turn the clip and you can also turn the screen. You can also adjust it in many different angles so that no matter where you clip this on your instrument, you can easily see the screen to know whether or not your instrument's in tune or out of tune. Here we have three buttons on the top that correlate with the flat, pitch, and item options of this tuner when I actually turn on, and you have this switch on the side that toggles between the clip option and the microphone option, and I'll get to that in my demonstration later on in this video. But let's turn this on. We'll do that by pressing and holding the item/power button, and you'll see this screen. This is what it looks like when it's inactive, pretty much. And just to start off with flat here, I'll work my way over. If you want to tune your instrument like a half step down, you can push that button, it'll be a half step down. You can also just do two whole steps down for flats. So if you need to tune your guitar or your violin or viola that way, you can go ahead and do that and just click it once again to get it back to normal. You also have pitch, which is something that I don't really use, but from what I basically tell, this is if you're interfering with other instruments or you just want to change the pitch of your instrument, then you can go ahead and do that as well. It goes all the way, it tops out at 450 and then goes down to 430, so you can just cycle through until you get to the pitch that you want. But 440 is what seems to be the happy medium according to most reviewers and musicians. Again, I don't really use that, so I'm not quite sure if that's exactly how it's used. The item here is where you will toggle your instrument. Here I have it on the guitar setting. If you push it, you'll get the bass guitar, violin, viola, and you also have chromatic tuning. So you also have those options. Now you guys will notice that throughout this video when I'm talking, a random letter will appear on this screen. And that is basically saying what note your instrument is tuned at. And I'll pretty much slip up and say guitar because that's what I use. But you have this microphone clip option. You'll notice it's on the microphone option, and it will indicate that in the lower left-hand corner. You can tune the kind of the old-fashioned way, and the microphone's right here, these two slits. You can basically set this on a table or just put it somewhere and then strum an open note or an open string on your guitar, and it'll tell you, it'll listen to it and it'll say whether or not you're too sharp, too flat, or just right. When it turns just right, the screen will turn green, and I will demonstrate that for you guys later. But if you're, say, in a noisier environment, and I don't know, maybe you're playing at someone's house and they have a loud room or something, you can put it on the clip option. And this is something I really enjoyed. You can clip this onto your guitar, your violin, viola, what have you, and when it actually feels like when you strum an open string on your guitar, the vibrations go through the headstock, which is pretty much where you clip this, and then the tuner can detect the frequency of the wave that's hitting it. And that's the really thing that I thought was pretty cool, is that it can use the vibrations to tell whether or not your thing is in tune. And again, I'll demonstrate that a little bit later, but that is pretty much what I had to say all about that. Again, I think this is a pretty cool product. Again, I'll demonstrate this in the next video segment, and I'll get back to you with my final thoughts on this product. So just to wrap this up, I really think this is a great product. I definitely would recommend this to a friend who plays guitar. In fact, I think I already have. And just to recap over the things I really liked about it, I like the fact that it has this clip. It makes tuning a lot easier than the traditional microphone tuning way, but that's not to say that it completely eliminates it. If you still want to go that way, you still have that option. It does have a nice bright LED display. I know my camera's not really doing it justice, but regardless of whether you're in a dark environment or a bright environment, this LED screen is pretty darn bright. So you can easily see whether or not your guitar or your violin, viola, or flute is in tune, out of tune, and of course it has a very distinct color change from red to green when it goes in tune, as you guys saw in that last video segment. Also, the fact that you can change the tuning to a whole 2 steps down, and you can change the pitch to accommodate for different frequencies, that is something that, I don't know, I would say that the pitch thing is cool, but again, I don't know all too much about that, so I'll just leave it as that. And the fact that it tunes for different instruments, even though I don't use any of these, that's still a pretty cool feature. And even though I can't say 100%, you know, for the bass guitar it's accurate 100%, I'm pretty sure that GoGoTuners knows what they're doing, and so if it was accurate for the guitar, I can say it's pretty much guaranteed to be accurate for all the others. So if I had to give this a rating out of 10, I would give it a 10. And the price is not bad either. You can find this on Amazon for $29.99, and for something, if you're a musician that uses your instrument a lot and needs tuning, you guys might know how much of a pain it is. So $30 for something that's really going to ease your life up and make it a lot easier and get to playing your music a lot faster is something that I value and appreciate. So $30 is well worth the money that you get for this high quality tuner. I have seen reviews of other tuners and they didn't seem to not stand up as well. So the GoGoTuners TT-1 clip-on tuner is definitely something I would recommend for any aspiring or even professional musician who's looking for a quick way to tune their guitar, their violin, viola, any instrument that this thing is compatible with. So thanks so much for watching, guys. This has been the video review for the GoGoTuners TT-1 clip-on tuner. If you liked what you saw, feel free to rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.